Hey guys, back at it. This is day 312, 313, and 314 in my 1 year daily diary challenge. This challenge was prompted after I completed a 100-day challenge, and those first 100 days were intuitively prompted after a meditation devotional session. So, like I said, we have been traveling. It has been craziness. My grandmother fell and fractured her hip while we were in Florida, and so that kind of shifted a lot of the things. And so I've been doing these catch-up recordings where I'm trying to get multiple days recorded and just documented down. So this is going to be Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Sunday, day 312, is, a travel day. So got up super early, 4:30 in the morning, collected all the things, collected the kids. My mom and her husband were still sleeping. So they didn't see us off, but that's fine. Like, we will be back and we'll be there permanently. So they will see a lot of us. And, just made sure we got everything and situated in the car and started up on the road at 5:00. So the kids went back to sleep. They were super tired. I was just driving and vibing to silence and then music. I had my Altoids, which is really funny because I had coffee is usually a stimulant people use to keep themselves awake. And it just didn't work for me on drives. But I found out just through randomness that Altoids or mints similar were very invigorating and helped me stay awake. So I just bought like a pack of Altoids and I was just popping those things the whole drive down because crunching them, sucking on them, just consuming them has that really refreshing minty just burst of wake me up energy. Doing that, driving, having little conversations with my daughter because she was sitting in the front with me. Not really texting or keeping too much communication just because I was the driver and I was focused on the road. It was very clear, very open, not a lot of traffic at all. We did one stop to refuel and bathroom for myself. And that was it. So just one stop, made it all the way through. Got home and it had started to rain midway through the trip, sprinkling on and off and then heavier rains. And then as we started to get closer to home or North Carolina, it was getting more rain and more traffic. And we got home before 2:00, was able to, unpack the car from all the stuff that we had, which was not a lot, kind of situate ourselves and the kids were able to just chill a little bit, and we got backpacks and stuff ready for school the next day. I did not have any food in the house because we emptied the fridge for, being away for 10 days. So I utilized my American Express perks and did some Grubhub and got the kids some food to eat. So we ate and we chilled, and my daughter and I, we found a new anime to watch together, and we just started watching that, and she was making sure she had all her homework done. I kept up with the people who were most important in knowing where I was and how far from home and that I made it. So that was it. And we wrapped it up around 10:30 because, the kids are going to school the next day. And so that leads us into the next day, which actually, let me rewind a little bit. I was trying to get the mattress, the tatami floor mattress, because I had sold my other mattress and we had just piled up a bunch of comforters and blankets and stuff. So because we got home so early, I was able to find a mattress locally, and the guy was right around the corner. Now, I think it's like a 2.5-inch mattress. It's not really thick. But it does have a flat pad underneath, and it does have some memory foam stuff to it. So picked that up in the mix of the Sunday coming home, getting the mattress, unloading the car, all that stuff. let it air out. And so by the time it was bedtime, it aired out enough to just have a little bit more than when it was like vacuum sealed. And I did notice a difference in sleeping with that versus just sleeping with the comforters and stuff. So now I have a mattress situated on the floor. It's not super thick, but that's exactly what I wanted. So it will be also cool to take that mattress and then like fold it up and put it in my car, because I had found out that the back of my car, if you fold down all the seats, you can fit like a full to queen size mattress back there. Perfect for like traveling and like stargazing and sleeping in the car kind of thing. But anyway, so we went to sleep and got rest, and then 7 o'clock came and we had got up and got ready for school on Monday. Now I didn't have snacks or anything to pack up other than snacks that we had brought back with us. So my daughter, I got her ready for school. I took her to school. My son got up with us in the morning, and he was like watching a movie on Netflix before school. And then when I came home, I sat with him and snuggled, and we hung out and watched the rest of the movie. And then when it was time for him to go to school, packed up all his stuff and got him to school. And the rest of the day was just super busy for me, because I was listing the nightstands, I was listing bookcase, I was listing more things that we had pulled out that were, sellable, not just donatable. And so I was busy in the house, like, taking care of the dishes, taking care of the trash and recycling. I went to Walmart, I went to Wegmans, I did like a bunch of grocery shopping. I got my workout done in the morning and all of that stuff. So it was like trying to get back into a normal routine, but then also kind of hitting some stuff that I needed to check the mailbox. And then I got on to the computer to get the kids registered, online registration for their schools. And so I was like doing that, and just like, it was just a lot of stuff going on Monday, just keeping me busy and occupied. So the kids got home from school. It was raining. I picked them up from the bus stop, and we just hung out at the house. I made dinner. And yeah, it was just like really relaxing to be home in my own space, to be here. But then also with the transition of moving, it's like we're packing up stuff, I'm getting rid of stuff. The house dynamics is shifting a little bit, and it's just to be settled with that, and just to, trying to like go with the flow and feel all the feelings and be excited for the move, but yet be excited for the new transition. And I did see a lot of synchronicities today. And I have been talking to my new Florida guy, which, like I said, I'm still trying to find the perfect nickname for him, because I do call him a lot of things. And it's super cute because he's not Hispanic, but he knows Spanish. And so I can use my cute girlfriend Spanish with him. And so, I keep saying mi amor, mi vida, mi corazón, like all of those nicknames and cute names. But as far as like something that is just such a peaceful feeling and relationship, and so far, like, it's amazing and it's just beautiful. And like I said, it's even healthier than the relationship I had before. And I'm just enjoying it. So we've kept up, texting, calling. He's been super busy with work. And, I told him, I was like, I respect it. And it's not like a game where we're trying to like one up one another. So like, if I'm not busy, I'm going to text you and let you know I'm thinking about you. If I think about you, I'm going to text you and to let you know I'm thinking about you. And if you're busy, obviously you're thinking about me, but you're not able to do that. So to be open and communicative and say, like, I know that maybe you're busy at work all day doing the things that you're doing, being amazing. and you don't have to reply back to me all the time. Because I know there's going to be times when I'm going to be super busy, when I'm going to be running around and not able to communicate every hour or like whatever, you know? So it was just good to have open communication about that. And just to move through this new space and new area. I did today have to take back the van that I rented. And so I reached out to a few friends and my ex to see like if anybody could take me from the airport back home. And one of my friends reached out and was like, yeah, I got you, no worries. And so I returned the van. Everything was solid. Waited for my friend. My friend picked me up, brought me back to the house. We sat and we talked for 2 hours just about like what's going on in his life, what's going on in my life. And just we were like every time we get together, we connect and talk and share things. And just I feel like we've always been on that same level of encouraging each other. And it was kind of funny too because I met him on Hinge on the dating app and we went out a few times and we engaged, but then there was like a point in time that we really, I think, both realized that like we were in two different spaces of relationship and what we wanted and what we were looking for. And so we just decided to like amicably shift into like friendship, which is kind of different for me. But it was nice to have that. So we connected, we talked, we chatted. I told him about my new guy. I told him about like Florida, and he was telling me all about his travels and his, stuff that he's got going on. And I think it was just a really good connection to have because this next couple of months I'm going to try to get together with local people, friends, different connections, and have some kind of like, closure, I guess. Just if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it's meant to be, it'll be. But that's my intention the next couple of months, to intentionally connect with the people who I care about here locally and open it up to people who care to connect with me outside of that small group to do so. And so it was like, this was a closure kind of thing, like a chat, catch up, and make sure we were, connected in some way. Whatever comes from it, it comes from. But anyway, so then that was Monday. And so Tuesday, we got up and I got the kids ready for school, got my daughter off to school and reminded her that it was chiropractor day. Got my son up and ready for school. He was a little more reluctant to go to school this second day. And he was just super sweet on Monday. He sent me, remembering something going back, he sent me a text message right after I dropped him off at school. And he was like, love you. And it was such a sweet thing to have happen. So Monday was just like, I was on a high from all of the really cool things that were happening. But Tuesday, he was a little more reluctant, a little sluggish to get to school. But I got him to school. And then I got home and I was selling the table and the chairs, dining room set finally, and the nightstands somebody was coming to buy. So great. Those two, big items going to be gone. And then I sold my son's Oculus. And so now he has some pocket money for games and whatnot. So we're just like selling a whole bunch of stuff and getting rid of and purging and removing things that don't really provide value at this point. But I got into some yoga and did some of my own practice of yoga. I did some things in the house, like I said, vacuuming, continuing to clean, continuing to pack and purge. There's always something extra to do in the house, and I'm always trying to keep up with everything and just have grace with myself too, that sometimes I should just connect with people instead of keeping up with things, because that's most important to me is people and connection. So got all that stuff done. Got some more documents for the school, kind of reached out to the doctors, and the kids need their health reports. And so it was just like a lot of that too. I was talking to my ex about, he supposed to have the kids this weekend and he's going away for a graduation, so he won't have them the full weekend. And talking to him about that logistics, and then about when I do drop the kids off, that I want to talk about the next couple of months and what that might look like. But I did go to my Restore Hyper Wellness place and get my red light and cryo and connected with the ladies there. But yeah, it's just been a lot of really cool things, little things happening, lots of synchronicities, lots of angel numbers. There is just been this underlying thing, and I think I said it in my last recording, but it's just this peace and this beautifulness. It's just beautiful is my word right now, because it is just, that's how I feel. I feel just like this beautiful peace and love and just settledness. And it's just so amazing, this feeling. And it's just, like I said, beautiful is my word. And that's how it feels, and that's how I feel. And that's what I'm projecting and emulating and emitting. And so just going through every day like that has just been amazing. And to feel peace in my relationship too, a new relationship with somebody and a different relationship. Like, this is like a hybrid relationship. So it's like long distance, but not. And it's long distance in the beginning, but then once I get there, it won't be long distance, and it's just going to be like, I am open to connections. I am open to what the universe is bringing me. I'm open to love and to experiences and to growth and expansion and learning, and just to be so open and to be able to share what's on my heart and be like transparent. I think I saw something recently that was like, honesty is telling the truth and speaking, from your heart. Transparency is telling somebody the truth and being honest and speaking from your heart before they ask. And so to be transparent is to say the things and move through without being asked to answer the questions. And I don't know if that makes sense, but like if somebody asks you a question like, are you a cheater or have you cheated? And then you answer it honestly, like, no, I have not, or yes, I kind of did it in this way. But then to be transparent and something kind of lands on your heart and says, hey, you should really tell your partner about your, that you kind of cheated, or that, how you feel about cheating. And then you just say it without them asking, and be transparent and be safe in like whatever you share with them, that they're going to receive it and it's not going to like completely crumble, or like just stepping with blind faith, being transparent, being yourself, is just a crazy thing. And I feel like that's kind of where I'm at here, as I'm doing more transparency than I am waiting for the questions to be asked. So that's just an exciting thing. But yes, Tuesday was beautiful, and the morning was beautiful. I went, so my new Florida guy actually called me randomly in the afternoon, and I was able to speak to him for a little bit, and it was kind of cute because I missed his voice. And we just talked a little bit, and he was, busy, and he was in the middle of his day, and he was just like, hey, I thought about you. I was going to text you, but I thought I just wanted to call you. And so that was really beautiful and great. And we just connected a little bit, and I had to get my daughter in car line. So our conversation was short, but it was still beautiful. And then as I moved through the day, like I picked her up from school, we went to the chiropractor together, we went to Trader Joe's together, and it was just all very like I am just the beautiful. It's the word. It's just like every interaction I have is just beautiful. It's just amazing. And no matter if like it's an amazing like crazy thing or if it's just a normal interaction, but I have just been enjoying it so much and just being at peace the way that I move through daily life. It's, yeah, like I said, just beautiful. Everything is amazing. Like my heart chakra just is so open and like it's just big and I can feel it in my chest, and that's really the only way I can explain it. But yeah, so we moved through the day, went to Trader Joe's, had a great time picking out things and being intentional about who I was like interacting with, even in the aisles, like who I was smiling at, who I was making eye contact with, like if I gave somebody a compliment or if I, like just being in the moment and aware of everything. And as we were coming into the store, right in front of the carts, there was a beautiful orange rose, just the bud, the top of it. And like it would just snipped off somehow. And I picked it up and I was like, oh, this is my favorite color rose. So I held it the whole time we were shopping in my hand. And I took it with me and I was just like, this is such a beautiful extra gift for it to be. I bought myself flowers at Wegmans on Monday, and just to be like, such beauty, such excitement, such joy out of something like a flower, something that's colorful, something that smells pretty, something that just brings you joy in the moment, and while you have it in your space, in your sight. And yeah, it was just beautiful. So we got all the things from Trader Joe's. We packed up in the car. We went home. And as we're going home, we always have little mini conversations about different things. And I love to be open and communicative with my daughter and just have these kind of like mini grown-up conversations about life and how she's feeling and what she's up to and like all of that. So we got home, unpacked from Trader Joe's. I made some dinner, which was like just pizza and salad, and hung out while she did homework. Now there's like no dining room table or chairs, and there's just a carpet. And she was like, no, I love this carpet. Leave it. I want to put my pillows and blankets on here. So I left the carpet, and we watched some of an anime that we were finishing, and I think I reached out via text just to like share my bubbly love that I was feeling to my new Florida guy. And he called me, and so I sat on the balcony. I don't have a balcony. I sat on the porch outside, and I just had a lovely conversation with him, and he really opened up to me and shared all of this stuff that was on his heart. And it was just a beautiful conversation, and it just like the way that it flowed and moved and the things that we talked about, it like he touched on like that something was heavy on his heart, that like he is not had a serious relationship for 5 years, and this is his first one in 5 years, and he's changed so much, and so this is new for him, and it's new for him to be with somebody who's like healthy, who's actually doing the things that he used to do. So for me too, it's like I'm now in a relationship with somebody that's doing the things that I do, expressing themselves in the way that I have before. And for me to be like, sharing that I love him so quickly and so openly and so like without needing to be validated back was just a big step for me. And there was another thing that I did in the early part of our relationship that was a big step for me, and it was different. I told him that I was like, I'm completely different in this relationship than I was before, and I love that you're supporting me and being here with me and growing with me, and just like this is what it is to grow together and not apart, to grow with each other, to listen without being ready to defend or being ready to speak. It's like we're both really listening to one another. And yeah, like, so he was going to try to come and see me and get a flight and come one of the weekends when I don't have the kids, just to come and hang out with me, enjoy Raleigh, like the area before I move, come see my space. And just because it's going to be a long 2 months without seeing one another. And so he was like really thinking about it. He asked his boss like about it. He looked at flights and he was like, it's kind of expensive. And I was like, I mean, that's totally fine. I understand. And then he was like, no, but I want you to understand. And so he went into this whole thing about how he sees finances and what he sees in the future and how he sees our relationship progressing and what he wants to be prepared for in the future with us. And so the way that he thought about it and then expressed it was just beautiful to me, because it was very intentional and thoughtful. And of course, we're both trying to live in the moment. We're both trying to enjoy life as it comes. But at the same time, he's thinking of things down the line that, are important too. And so for me to hear that intention, it makes me really excited that he's thinking long term, and he's thinking not just like, I just have fun with you right now and it doesn't matter. But yeah, so we got to talk about a little financial situation stuff. We got to talk about how he has expressed himself before in relationships, and how he's just like so blown away by me doing things for him the way he usually shows up for others. And how, me dropping the love bomb on him, it was like something different for him, because he's always the one who said it first. And then I got to express like what I really was intending, that I do love him and I do love our relationship and I love the time that we've spent and I love the way that he treats me. And I felt it so deeply that every time I was talking to him or texting, I would want to say like, I love you or love you, and like end conversations like that. But I was like catching myself from saying it so early, because I was like, this is really early to say it. I wonder like how it's going to be received. And so the more that it kept coming up, and I was like, well, I'm trying to be more in a mode of flow and not of resisting. Let me just feel this, make sure it's true and genuine, and then vocalize it. And that's what I did. And so I shared that, and I said, this is just me sharing my heart, being open to something different than I've experienced before. And this is not like, the definition of love is so fluid, and it's very that, like, you love without cause or reciprocation. You love unconditionally, you love intentionally. And so that's kind of where I was at. And so it was a great conversation, sharing and talking and moving through all of this. And he was being very vulnerable and very honest, and it was just, like I said, so beautiful. And so we left the conversation just on like a fabulous, like funny, joking note. And I told him, I said, this is crazy, amazing, because like we were together in person, we've been together virtually, and none of my physical person has reacted in a way where I feel like there's something wrong. There's no warning signs, there's no bells, there's no whistles going off. Like, I'm not ignoring my intuition, I'm actually listening to it, and it's very calm. And so for me to move forward in a calm state in a relationship is just like something crazy new for me. And it's great, but it's also like different. And so like getting used to that difference is something that I'm doing. But yeah, so this last couple of days has been just beautiful, amazing. Traveling back, getting a mattress, selling a whole bunch of stuff, doing normal interactions, getting back into the school week, getting back into the house, back into the space, back into the, North Carolina. Like I said, I'm going to be reaching out to a whole bunch of people. I'm actually going to post an event for moving. So I was like, I'm just going to invite everybody over for a pool party and hangout session, my last hangout pool party before I move, but then you come and help me move. So I need help moving. It's not going to be a lot. It's going to be a little bit of stuff. And if everybody comes and just lends a hand quickly, we can get it done super quick, and we can head over to the pool and we can have a really awesome pool party and last hangout sesh. And that's what I'm going to do. My intention is to just let the people who are meant to be in my space and help and connect, and just be open to the universe providing and always giving me what I need when I need it, even in the last hour, in the last second, in the last moment, because I just move with faith, and I move with trust, and I move with just beauty, and just keep going. So Tuesday night, it was just hang out, watch movies, have dinner. It's the same kind of evening routine, just certain things flux here and there. My son was playing games with his friends. He always does this, where he comes over and snuggles or shows me a little heart sign, love you, just checking in. And it's just so sweet, and I love it. And I love that my kids are showing up for me and showing up for themselves the way that the last couple of years has just kind of changed us. And it makes me so emotionally overwhelmed with blessing to see that fruit. They're just such amazing little people, and they're growing up, and they're going to be amazing big people. And yeah, I'm just getting so choked up about it. That is the biggest blessing, especially with having Mother's Day over the weekend. I don't need balloons and flowers and cards and breakfast in bed and special things on that day. The things that make Mother's Day amazing are the everyday things. The little sweet texts from my kids, the check-ins, the hugs, the jokes, the just praise that I don't even ask for. It's just beautiful. Very, very beautiful. So, I'm going to wrap it up here and just say thank you guys so much for tuning in, for supporting me. I don't get paid to do this. It's just something that's been on my heart, something that is close to my spirit, and it's so healing and so beautiful for me to share this out loud. And like I said, this was intuitively prompted, so my intuition and then my spirit guides in the universe decided to push me into this, and who knows what's going to come from it, but it's been blessings. Even if it's just me talking into space and nobody receiving it, it's still beautiful and blessed. So thank you guys so much. Whoever's listening and supporting me, share, subscribe, all the things or none of the things. I do appreciate your time, and have the most beautiful day you can. Just see the beauty in every moment. It's just the most amazing thing ever when you start to recognize that. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.